come back to it anytime we like. So welcome to Show and Tell, week 2, week 1, all kinds of weeks happening. Next week, there'll be another week 1 while you're in week 3 and somebody else is in week 2. So like time is just elastic. Time is expanding rather than contracting. Rule 1 of thermodynamicism. So I think the first team that we have presenting is my favorite project so far is Uncomfortable to Share First Date. Gil, can you tell me if you can? Yes, you can unmute yourself. Great. So I'm going to set this timer, and you look great, by the way. And I'll start you off. Go ahead.
Cool. Here's our app. Here's our sign-in page. Ed said he was okay with us signing him up for our dating app. So we'll start off by signing him up. Not sure this is his real email address.
That is my email address, actually. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. Signing him up. Here's that up, or 1Password. And here's our onboarding process. So we give you words of encouragement as you are going through and swiping. So first name is Ed Burke. His gender, I'm assuming it's male. It's okay to assume. Taking it anyway. So birth date, I'm just going to say he's born on Wednesday. Zip code, he'll be in New York City. What makes him tick? I'm going to say bats. His ideal gender, say female. And he wouldn't mind meeting someone with any of these STDs. I'll just choose crabs and I guess herpes. It's a little more velocity. Then the good stuff, what Ed has. So I spoke to him beforehand. He said it's okay with herpes, and it would be the genital variety. Then we have to upload his picture, which is on the left. And then once it's uploaded, we are going to be thrown into the Thunderdome, which we haven't built out yet, but this is where you'll be matching. If you want to update your profile, you go to the profile. All your information is there. Say he moved to a different part of New York City, further north. You can update it there. You can see his settings.
Bummer. I'm sorry. You've been officially kicked out of Lambda school. You did a great job. Thank you for presenting. Sorry to cut you out there. Oh, geez. Okay, we get it. We heard you. All right. I was talking to the alarm clock, not to you. I'm sorry. Great. Thank you for presenting. I can't wait to see what the Thunderdome is. Okay, let's pass it off to Tom with Training Bot 2, the sequel to Training Bot 1.
Yes, indeed it is. Okay, so yes, I am Tom. I will try and sprint through this quickly so I don't get kicked out of Lambda school. I'm Tom Hesberg. I'm a member of Training Bot 2, along with Nick Canariato, AJ Brush, Gannon Darcy, and Adam McKinney. Like you might assume from the 2 part, there was a 1, meaning we are a build-on project. Training Bot, as we like to say, empowers team leaders to integrate, manage, and track their team's professional training and education. Anyways, yeah, so I'll go ahead and log in. As you see, we have our little OAuth thing. I'll log in with Facebook because I already have an account. Just to quickly overview some of the stuff we were able to do this week, we implemented the ability to message people on Slack, pay with Stripe. We had an idea with MS Teams that we spent the whole last 2 weeks on and ended up realizing it would have been a full 10 weeks before we actually figured that out. So we've started implementing some other things, and we implemented some new navigation systems and some little UI stuff. But what I thought would be cool to show you guys in the allotted time is Slack, which Training Bot 1 did not have. It's one of our MVP features. So the idea of the app is we have training series, which are, say you hire a new member and you want to get them training materials. You can have training series and assign them to members so they get their materials. So let's say I'll make myself again. So I am Tom Hesberg. My job description is a bunch of random letters. My phone number is whatever that is. I can pick a mentor for my materials to also go to. So blah, 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 whatever. Manager is the other version of me. And because our Slack is set up with our local Slack environment, which I'll show you, I have my Slack username thing. this might give me an error. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it didn't this time. Okay, cool. So we still have a couple issues with the messaging, which we'll have finished this weekend, but I can show you that the Slack stuff works. So essentially on the back end, how this works is our Slack environment here gives us
Tom, you were also kicked out of Lambda school. Man,
we were so close.
This ISA is off the chain. Okay, great. I'm sorry, Tom. It was great working with you. Good luck with the rest of your life, and I'll see you around.
So close. Okay,
thank you for presenting, everybody. So next up we have prescription. No, I guess I'll verbatim RXID, and it's not going to be Chance. Contrary, it's going to be Mark. Mark, are you out there somewhere? And I don't know if you're speaking, Mark, but we can't hear what you're saying. Mark. Or maybe Chance. Maybe Chance, you could also speak to this.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say.
Well, how about we can come back to you, Mark. Let's do that while you can sort that out.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're cool. You're cool.
Go ahead.
Oh no. If you're ready to present, I thought you were having trouble with your microphone.
Okay. So our app is a thing where if a person finds a pill, I don't know where, and they want to find out what the pill is, and they can see the pill, and they want to see what the pill is and maybe get some information about what the side effects are, or if it's a dangerous thing. So way in the back end, I'm assuming that either the user has submitted 2 pictures of the front and back of the pill, or that they've read the information off the pill. It's called an MID. So the pill has very small writing on it. So assuming that when we were doing some batching and the person had three different MIDs, either through the pictures or by entering. So what I'm doing is automating a place called drugs.com, which is an awesome place of information for drugs. And I'm using Selenium and Beautiful Soup to do that. And also, you see that I got the MID and the color, shape, and a URL for a JPEG that drugs.com helpfully makes for us. And that's all.
Cool. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, and congratulations on not getting kicked out of Lambda school. I love that data looks really, really juicy, and the JSON you get returned. I love seeing that. I get so hyped seeing data like that. Cool. Okay, so next we have Trivializer. Give it up for Corey. Corey.
Hey everyone. My name is Corey Newton. I'm from Team Trivializer. My team consists of Steve Delphus, Ian Van Buren, and Jonathan Picasso. And like I said, we're Team Trivializer. We are the app that's going to, if you're someone that has to be responsible for trivia nights on maybe like a weekly basis, and it's tough for you to come up with questions that are unique and interesting that quick, we're going to take away that hassle for you. And today I wanted to kind of just highlight a feature that we incorporated recently in this 2 minutes, and it is for image persistence. We're using Cloudinary, and Cloudinary is going to store that image, and we're not going to have to host it or manage it. We're just going to be able to use that within our app to request the image from Cloudinary. And let me just show you how a user would interact with that. When they're logged in here, they go to their settings. The user is going to then upload a photo. From there, the Cloudinary interface pops up, and they're able to upload an image from their computer. They can paste in a URL of an image that's already hosted somewhere, or they can connect Dropbox, Facebook, or LinkedIn and choose a picture that way. For this demo, I'll just choose something from my computer. I'll choose one of these logos that we're thinking about using for our Trivializer project. Takes you to the screen. And once it's uploaded, you can go ahead and click Done. And oh gosh, it's not working as expected. Oh, I think my computer's just slow. Sorry about that. Cancel. Yes, there it is. So yeah, we plan on having this when the user eventually goes to print out their questions that they've made for their trivia nights, and like they want to put a nice logo on it, and that will show up on the picture.
Yes. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, I wish I could be, I want to be an evangelist for Cloudinary. I'm so into Cloudinary. Like how Alan High went to go work with Zeit. I want to be like that guy that goes to work for Cloudinary. I'm so like stoked to see people rocking it for projects. Cool. So next we have, is it? Yeah, calendar template manager with Ilya.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because my screen still shows Mark Oliver's page. I'm not sure if.
Oh, really? No, we're
Yeah.
back at the normal view.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try to share.
Okay.
Still looking at the pills page.
How about this? How about we'll go to the next one. You can just restart Zoom and come back in, and then we'll do you after that. Do you want to do that?
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. No problem. So, how about NLP support groups with Valerie? Valerie, are you with us?
Yes, I'll share my screen.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. You see support groups finder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm looking at an Explorer window.
Okay. You see it now?
I do. Yes.
It should say support groups. Okay.
Yep.
So my name is Valerie Oganor, and my partners are Rick Klein and Zarina Niazova. Our app is to help you find support groups for whatever issues you have. So for instance, if I type I want to quit smoking, I submit that, and gives you suggestions here. These are subreddits that we're suggesting, and the top one is stop smoking, so that's good. Another example, but I feel nervous speaking in public, and is and the top suggestion is sad, but the next is social anxiety, and then anxiety helps. So these are pretty good suggestions, and to be able to do this, we had to test out several models. So I started with a naive Bayes classifier that got a baseline of 44% accuracy, and then I did an SVM classifier, did better, got a 58% accuracy, and I did some hyper tuning that helped improve the naive Bayes model, going from 44 to 54%. Didn't do much for the SVM classifier. So I eventually just created code to test out several classifiers with several different parameters. The best model that I found was with the linear SVC classifier with using the TF IDF vectorizer, and that scored around 60%. So our next steps are to work on improving the models.
Cool. Hey, thank you for presenting. That's really, really cool. I can't believe how well that works, and it's only week 2. Thanks for presenting, Val.
Okay, no problem.
Cool, great. So I guess let's go back to Jordan also had a good idea of I'll give you like a who's on deck too. So Ilya, are you back with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Ilya is gonna go ahead now, and then we got Brandon on deck with the LinkedIn Chrome extension. Okay, cool. We can see your window now.
Can you see now?
Yeah, we see you, brother.
Okay, cool. So we are Calendar, one-stop shop for all your calendar needs. So this week we mostly worked on creating all of our endpoints, implementing OAuth, and a little bit of UI. Try to log in with Gmail. So once you log in, you're taken to this page where you can either create a group or you can join an existing group if you provide the correct join code. Not too functional at this point. We're going to work on all the UI stuff next week. So we build out a little bit of the UI. We have the event here. We can create an event. So all of the days that you want to create this event, you can enter a time. And once you enter the time, you can save it, and it will fill this template with that specific event. Once again, stuff is not really functioning at the moment. That will be all next week. But that's all we have right now. It's coming along pretty good. It's looking pretty.
Cool. Thanks, Ilya. Yeah, it does look very pretty. You know, what was it? Steve Jobs with the lickable design. Like, remember with the OS X, the first version, that's like what he described, that candy-like interface was something that he would just like want to lick like a lollipop. That's kind of what I think of when I see this.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you for presenting. Sick. Great. So now we have Brandon with LinkedIn Chrome extension, and then on deck is Brandon Gardner with Lambda Showcase. Or no, I'm sorry, Jake Thomas with Lambda Showcase. So Brandon, what's up? What's up?
Was my time up?
Sorry. No, hold on. Oh my God. Yes. Cool. Great. All right, you're good. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I'm Brandon. I'm the representative this week for LinkedIn Chrome extension. This week we had a lot of difficulty with the authorization through LinkedIn. We wanted the user to sign in through LinkedIn, and LinkedIn, like as of a couple weeks ago, actually, they changed entirely how authorization works through them, and not much documentation on the changes or how to make that work with what we're trying to do. So that's what a majority of our week was dedicated to. But we did meet the basic requirements for this week, and I will show it off now. This is our deployed site. This is the login with LinkedIn. It takes a second. My computer is definitely not the best one. There you go. All right, I'll use my account, sign in, redirects you back to there, and this these tests right here that we see, this is from the back end. This is seeded data, and yeah, we have the entire back end built out, so that's already done. But it's just, yeah, the signing in on the front end was very difficult with LinkedIn, but we actually barely got that sorted out this Friday. So there's gonna be a lot of work this weekend on getting up to speed with our other goals. But yeah, that was our week.
Excellent. Thank you, Brandon. This should be like a LinkedIn. You know how they have the assessment tests of like test your skills on Git or whatever. This should be like this could be one of them. Like, check out my application, my Chrome extension I built for your entire platform.
Most definitely.
Also, before we get any further, I just kind of like, part of the reason why I like recording these is because, like, man, week 1, week 2, by the time we get to week 5, and we can look back on just kind of where we are, everybody's sort of prefacing their presentation just like, I know it doesn't look like much, or just blah 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 blah, but it's amazing like how far these come in just a few weeks. So let's I don't know, I love week 2. Sorry, I'm just getting sentimental. Moving on. Jake Thomas with Lambda Showcase, who's going to get you a job, by the way. And then on deck, I got Esteban with Chores app.
All right. I will start myself in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So
he's timing. Cool.
We are Lambda School Showcase. I'm Jake Thomas. Our team consists of Brandon Gardner, Chico Thepps, I don't know how to say his real last name, Lowell Richardson, Ryan Clark, and Julian Moreno. We are the swaggiest team around as right now. We got a freaking cool website right now, a lot of cool features. This is our landing page. A lot of things I only can pick a few things here. So the idea here, well, I guess Hire Lambda is a platform for hiring managers or partners to search for Lambda students or grads as potential candidates for their business. Here they can see their specific student information and projects that they have worked on in a single location. Kind of the idea here is for people in the company, they get lost in the flow of looking at students and their projects. We have a lot of things working out here, so I'm just going to log in here with a GitHub. So we wanted it to work. Things are pre-populating. Let me see, we're loading in here. Here is my specific page, but one thing I wanted to focus in on, for my skills here, I want to edit my profile. So let's go edit profile. And so here at editing profile, we have some really cool things here that have been worked on. For instance, let's say I do not live here. I want to change my location. I moved to Des Moines, Iowa. Easily change like that. Everything kind of populates in there. Skills, just some cool things. Since we're in school, we're learning a lot of things. So I can add HTML. I can add React. But I need some more top skills. So let me pick some more. Let me add React. I can add CSS. So we have some things here to add and save changes. Boom, bang. That's 2 minutes. I'm done. That's our website where we have it.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Jake. You beat my timer too. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a skill you can put on your profile. Like, I built this freaking thing that you're looking at candidates for.
Have I mentioned how excited I am that the Lambda Showcase app is going to have the Lambda Showcase as an app that's showcased in the Lambda Showcase app?
It's so meta. It's like an exhibit meme in itself. Hey, dog, I heard you like hiring Lambda graduates. I can't wait to get a job because I really want to go to a dentist someday. Cool. So next is Esteban. He's going to be showing off Chores app, and then on deck is a music interpolator with Joshua.
Everyone, I'm Esteban, and I'm with the Chores app. My team consists of Alex, Joseph, Itel, Ty. We have an iOS person, Elkar. So basically, we're a add-on project to this existing code base they call it ShopTrack. Basically, I already logged in, and our app will work. You can create a new group. Let's call it a new group. And then once it's created, you can enter. And this is all their group, but this was all their project, but we will be working like similar to this. Their project based on you can add items to like a shopping list. You can add it to your cart and see how much you spent. Say like you spent $20 and it shows up right there. Now our app will work similarly. You would add like a task, and then it would be multiple persons in a household, a group, a living space. But our focus for this week was mainly our backend, getting our backend like robust and firm. So we built these 3 tables. One for the task that we're going to implement, comments to that task, and then a task history to view the specific task from all the groups of this individual user. And we don't have it implemented yet, but you can see that I can post on Postman. You can add a task to this. Ideal 5, you can get all the tasks I've already created. You can delete and then update a task too. And then that's basically where we are. We're having a lot of issues with deployment, so I'm running this locally, but once we get that done, we can really get forward with the front end and build everything out. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Esteban. Yeah, ShopTrack was one of my favorite projects from last cohort. It's, man, you can build like 5 different projects on ShopTrack. It's crazy. Yeah, where was I? Here I am. So next up we got music interpolator with Joshua, and then after that is wellness sleep, the first part of a wellness application by Francis. Hey Josh, are you talking? There you are.
Hi, my name is Josh. I'm with A and Tony, and our project is Music Interpolator. Basically, the idea is that we are going to create a deep learning model that generates music based on files from old composers. Here's some of the code. It's loading in the MIDI file, and we are then parsing it into the notes, individual notes. We then sequence it into integers and floats, and then pass it through a deep learning model and train that deep learning model several hundred epochs. And this is what we came up with for this week. This is completely... It's a lot better than last week, but it's still a work in progress, and that was completely computer generated. Thank you.
It's like when your robot parents met each other for the first time. That was their first slow dance. You know that the MIDI standard it just turned 27 years old the other day. 27 years of MIDI. That's wild, and it's still like a very viable. Like, I use MIDI every single day. Oops. Sorry, just dropped my power cord. Thank you for presenting. That's fantastic. I don't remember. I think the song last week was better. I kind of like the one from last week. That's just me. Great. So we got wellness sleep with Francis right now, and then after that is live safe with Kim. So Francis,
right.
Take it away.
Let me do a screen share first on my other computer. Good afternoon, everybody. We are Wellness Sleep Bet app. Our team consists of Twa, Sam, Latifa from the web dev side, and Jason, Charles, and Pablo from the Android side. I'm just going to briefly go over some of the main features that we implemented so far, including OAuth authentication and an image upload. So I'm going to show, so we basically are able to do image OAuth authentication where we can log in and register using Google. So I'm going to log in using my Gmail account. Okay, I got to do that right now. Okay, this is, well, okay, anyhow, it's been a while since I've typed in my email right there, so I'm just going to type in a random password to just sign up. So anyhow, you can see that you can do I just returned a token that I can use for getting in accessing protected routes. So I'm just going to put that onto my headers here, and I can basically get data regarding which users are accessing are part of our. Whoops! Oh, this token is incorrect. There's a quote here. Okay. Well, anyhow, I can get data regarding the amount of people who are participating in our wellness bet competition. We can also import images to registration. So if I just do the same thing that I did here, I can upload images to our here we go, our database. And this is our Firebase database. And you can just see recently, today is May 3rd, right? This is a recent image that I just uploaded right now, actually, at 3:51 p.m. I have to refresh. Okay. Well, this is basically okay.
Famous
We got.
last
I covered most of the features, so we're good. So, yeah. Sorry for the email login thing was funky. I don't know how I forgot my password. I guess I was in the moment.
Performance anxiety. That's how it goes with presenting in front of 150 people. I feel you.
For sure.
No. Thank you for presenting, Francis. It's true. I saw it earlier. It does work. So if you want to, if you guys don't, if you want to step to Francis, you gotta step to me because I know that it works.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Let me turn off my screen share.
Thank you for sharing, Francis. So we're kind of winding down, y'all. Let's see what we got next. We have Live Safe with Kim. And then after that, on deck, we got Twitter Blocker with Eric. I know, Chris. Well, Live Safe right now with Kim.
Hey, everybody. Let me get my screen up here. Oops. I am with Live Safe, and we are a project that will help you do research on natural disasters before you purchase a house or choose to live somewhere, so you don't have to deal with the insurance company or getting hurt. And I'll pull up our app right now. All right. So basically, this is our main feature right here. It's our map that will help you choose your location. We have 2 layers so far. Everything's divided up by counties. And you can see everything's divided up there. And by quake risk. So you can see where you're at risk of falling into a fault line. We have the ability to add more layers as we need them, but for right now, that's all we have. And also under development is we're going to have a comparison here. We can compare cities, take Chicago and New York, put them next to each other and decide which one's more dangerous, depending on water, tornadoes, earthquakes, wildfires, any of that kind of stuff. We also have the ability to move the location marker. So say you want to go to Los Angeles. You can see it's a huge quake risk there. So you might not want to do that one. But if you're in my area, which I am in the Boulder, Denver area, right here, I'm actually in Boulder, but we don't have that problem. So that's actually kind of safe for us. We can zoom in and out so we can see details, or we can just get a whole general picture of it. It's all just for the United States right now. We haven't done the world completely. But that's all the data for the United States, and we'll have more layers for all the different types of natural disasters as we add them. And that's it.
Cool. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for presenting. This is going to come in handy when we have that conversation with Megan Barber. She says, hey, what were you thinking about? I have a position open here in this county. You'd be like, nah, looks like a really earthquakey area. I don't think I want to. I think I'll pass on that one. Yeah, that's cool. Great. Next, we have Twitter Blocker. This is crazy. Twitter Blocker with Chris, right? Is Chris presenting?
Yeah, we got Chris, and I'm gonna be talking.
Cool.
So Chris can be typing. So I need some volunteers. I need you guys to write in chat some toxic comments, and we're gonna classify them. So you stink. There's our first one. Come on, give us some juicy ones here. So what we're doing right now is we're passing these text comments to our BERT model, and it's telling us, if you look there on the far right, 97% toxic. You stink. And gay did suck. Let's do that one, because it's got misspelling, and you know how people spell on Twitter. They never get it right, thanks to not having an edit button. So you are going to get kicked out of Lambda. That's a great one. Trust me, our Python code's a little bit faster at entering these, but let's see. So that one got, so you're going to get kicked out of Lambda is actually only 0.01% toxic, so not toxic at all. Vim is stupid, 99% toxic. Let's see. Let's do one that's a good baseline happy. Yeah, you look nice today. Thanks.
I meant
Ed.
that too. I like your shirt.
Oh, I appreciate it. I
was
love
meaning
this
to tell you
shirt
that
with
earlier.
the pineapples. Let's see. You look nice today. 0% toxic.
Yeah.
So 0 out of 10 people would find this toxic. You smell like fish's rear end covered in seaweed. That one. Oh yeah, your mama is a good one too. I like that. So basically, the way this works is that we've got a big, massive, deep neural network that Chris spent the week fine-tuning. We trained it on some really, really toxic comments, data set that's been provided by, it was originally from Wikipedia moderation.
Oh, that's all the negativity we have
And,
time for today.
and now we're about to leave Lambda School, so thanks for watching.
Yeah. That's awesome. The only problem is that I don't know if this would be like pertinent to Twitter. I don't think there's like any negative comments on Twitter. Maybe it was something else though.
Never. Nothing negative happens on Twitter ever.
Sick. Like physically sick. I'm sick. Thank you for presenting, Chris. So next up we got mentor match with Jordan, and then on deck we got wellness bet part 2 exercise with I'm sorry, my screen's blanking with the arc. Okay, great.
Hey everybody, Jordan, and I'm in a group with Lucas, Catherine, Jor, and Thomas, and we have mentor match, and the purpose of our app is to match mentors with students. But before you can do that, you need to be able to set up an organization, and our UI is complements of Postman, so hope you like it. But long story short, we can set up an organization. So you can see here, org. And as we set up an organization, an owner is also set up for the organization. So they are kind of like the main controller of the organization. After the owner's been registered and the organization set up, the owner can then log in with their email password, and they're given a token. And you can see here, they have the role of owner whenever they register with this specific endpoint. So putting the token in the header, you can now send out invitations to people or create invitations, which can then be sent to other users to invite them to the platform. And if you're an owner, then you have the ability to invite people. So you can see here, you have the ability to invite people and define their roles. If you're a manager, you have the ability to invite people and define the roles of like mentor or mentee. So let's see. Yep, so here's an example of where we've created an invitation for a manager. We checked that the invitation was there. So here's our manager invitation. We then added a new user, the manager's information. They're successfully registered, and they can then log in.
Oh my God.
And that's
Jordan.
everything. So
thank you, Jordan. Sometimes if I can't sleep at night, I think about the projects that we have in labs. And I think to myself that so if they were like projects that could, get together with one another, like something like this would go well with like another project. We tied into something like training bot 2 or the Lambda showcase. There's so many projects that could have like what's the word when you have characters that like do cameos in like an episode. Yeah, this is a half-baked idea. I'll have a better idea of how to explain this later. Crossover, yeah, that works. Cool, I'm gonna stop talking about this now. So thank you, Jordan. Let's see, next. Who's next? I got Wellness Bot with, do I just call you Arca? I've always just like thought that's how I can refer to you, but I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Arcadius.
Arcadius. Oh my God, that's such a fun name. Yes, Arcadius. So wellness, bet, exercise, and then on deck you got Slack stand up with Sean.
All right. Let's see. Okay. You guys see that?
Yes, sir.
Get this out of the way. So we are wellness, but at the exercise part, the sister group. My name is Arcadius. Group members are Joe, Lydia, Megan, and Patrick. And from we actually have 3 Android devs: Pablo, Charles, and Jason. And we're in the first week, so we're a week behind you guys. So that's why I'm showing this. Obviously, week 1 was a lot of planning, so that's mostly that. To give you guys an idea of what this app is supposed to do is this is a screenshot of the planning stage, right? So this is what it'll look like eventually in some capacity. So the gist of it is you join a group, you have a friendly competition for money, so different pot amounts, and then you have a leaderboard, and then you just you go out and you do some exercise and try to win some money from your friends. So here is a flowchart that my group created to hopefully kind of make this process easier on us. So we had a couple of these going, and here is the deployed React app. The only thing we are pulling in are the users. So here are their screenshots or avatars. And here is the backend within the browser. So that is just a list of the users. And if you'd like, I can show you the Postman, or that could be redundant, but here's an individual user, and that's basically where we're at. Just mostly planning this week, so hopefully it'll come out to be something cool and to work with the other wellness team.
Excellent. Cool. Thank you, Arcadius. GeneFund4Life@yahoo.com. Who's got that email address in real life? I guarantee somebody does. It's kind of like this thing that like legalized gambling is sort of like now becoming like a thing in a lot of states. Like I'm in Pennsylvania, and we just recently had like online gambling legalized, and man, I just think that the potential for applications like this of just like friendly gambling, like not bad gambling, sky's the limit. And for something like this, it goes with wellness, bet, sleep too. They're both kind of like on the same thing, and I think that that's like a genuine crossover project in the future. So cool. Next is Slack stand up with Sean, and then after that I got My House with Jordan. So Sean, take it away.
Cheers, Ed. Yeah, so we're Slack stands up. I'm Sean. The rest of the team is Melinda and Michaela, Arshak, and Erin. And let's share my screen and show the application. So here's the login page. We log in with GitHub, go through the auth. Okay, so we land on the dashboard. We haven't got any reports, so we need to create reports that will go out to team members at the end of the day to fill in like a normal stand-up report, just like Airtable. So let's create a report. Right, show and tell. Right, there's a little message. So I've got a title, show and tell. How was show and tell? Posted on Friday. Response by the end of the day. Let's ask a question. See, how was Ed as a host? It's weird to spell people's names wrong, so let's add another D on the end. Just stick for the 2 questions now. So we have the report, create a report. So if we go in, the report's been created. We can add a response. So we go, he was great, as always, great host. And I've already been in touch with Tico, so he knows that my opinion on the Lambda showcase, I think it is awesome. We submit it. Thank you for posting your responses. Go through to reports. We can obviously check the responses.
Oh my God.
There we go. There I am there, popped up. So thanks very much.
Sean, I'm so sorry. It was really nice to know you. Well, we got to know each other. I wish you the best. And
We'll be in touch more, won't we, man? Go on.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. It's Jordan time. Jordan with my house, and then I got Carswar. I'm sorry, I don't have a first name. It's just initials. Well, we'll get to that later. Music stream selector. But Jordan, you're on.
All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Britton, I'm also wearing pineapples, so kudos to you, sir.
Whoa.
I'm going to show the application. This week, we built our entire backend. We actually built 2 backends. So built one first in Postgres, decided that it wasn't really going to work, so we built another one using AWS and GraphQL. So the AWS from GraphQL is fully most part functional. This address bar here, just like last week, you can see that we get straight from the Google API to fill those out. I'm not going to get started because where this sends you is not fully developed, but I just want to show you the rest of our landing page, which is pretty much styled for desktop. See, we have some great reviews here. All right, so that's the landing page. If we log in with Foobar Backs here, OAuth is also being handled by AWS. Just loading here and sending me to my dashboard. And as we get to my dashboard, we can see all of this data is coming directly from our backend. This evaluation right here was actually generated by our data science team. So as we progress along this number is going to get more and more accurate as data science continues to improve their data model. But these are live. This is live information, again, coming from our backend. And this is our overview page where we land as we log in. I'm going to go to the next sort of mostly finished feature, which is our valuation playground. Again, we pull in live address from our database, live current valuation. And this valuation playground allows you to see if you add an upgrade to your home, what it would increase the home's value of. So if I select central AC, I'm adding central AC to my house. I can see that the cost of adding it on average is about $1,700. The valuation effect is going to increase my value by 10,800%, which is a return on investment of about 50%. And that's my new value of my home. That's it.
Jordan, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
That goes by so fast.
It does. Houses are expensive, man. That's crazy. I'm doing a freelance project with a real estate agent, like on the weekends, and I'm just like so afraid of them seeing something like this, because then it's just like, yeah, it's just one thing. Could you just like add this entire React library to do exactly like something like Jordan just demonstrated? Cool. That's really cool, man. Thank you for presenting. Okay, so next we got I'm gonna go with your middle name, Kalsar, with music stream selector. Did I say that right?
Yes, that's right.
Really cool, awesome. And then Albert, you're on deck with Safe Spot. So Kalsar, go ahead, take it away, my man.
All right, thank you. Hello, myself, Kausar Hussain. We have a 4 web developer. We have Zender, Davina, John, and myself. We have 2 data science, Sammy and John. I'm going to share my screen for now. So we are going to get the find free copyright music by mode. So first challenge was login with Google. And here we successfully logged in. We can see our profile. You can also update whatever you can. And the update is successful. The main feature is here is the browsing song by the mode. Okay, my browser may be a little slower. Okay, it's loading. So we can play any song. Sorry for the slow internet. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one since the internet is not helping me. The main feature is here is the select by the mode. We can get any song by the mode. Here is a list of songs here. It was pretty challenging because this song doesn't have any label, like which mode it is. Our data science team, they did an incredible job here. So we can say it kind of like natural language process. and analysis. After that, they'll get this mode. We can search any song by not only by the title also, but also by the mode. So suppose any song like Goblin. Okay. Okay, I get the song for the Goblin. And now I also, if I want to look for any sad song by the mood as well, I can get any sad song. Like emotional. Also, we can search the songs by the artist name.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, man. Sorry, that's all the time we got. Not to interrupt. This is really cool though. What do you listen to right now? Like no matter what you move, what's like something you've been listening to? Anything like music wise, like that's something that you've been playing a lot lately.
Yeah, we can listen anything here. Like we have like copyright free music, like 70 to 80 songs here.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest challenge. The user can get the copyright free music and they can download as well. So we cannot get all the bunch of music. Only we can show them the music that can be downloaded without any copyright.
Yeah, MIT licensed music, y'all.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for presenting. That's a whole genre. Oh my god, I've never thought of that. Cool. All right, awesome. The last two, everybody. We got Albert with Safe Spot, and then let's see, Jay, you're on deck with Call and Complain. So Albert.
Cool. I'm with Safe Spot. I'm with two other data scientists, Michael and Samir. So Safe Spot is basically trying to figure out how we can predict crime in a neighborhood depending on the time. So eventually we're going to get to the point where you can select a time frame and a date or a day and see what the level of risk in that particular neighborhood is. Last week, you got to see a cool front end where Michael put together the different sort of blocks within Chicago. This week was mostly focused on all of them, the back end and the notebook and data science side. So I'll just go over a little bit of what we went through with the notebook to figure out how to get some of those predictions. So normally what we started off with in the beginning of the week is to be able to scale up the database a little bit better. So to be able to connect the AWS production database to our notebook. So we started with Chicago last week, but we added in LA data just so that we can see how we'd be able to scale to other cities eventually. And you'll see sort of this, like the models that were put together within the database, and also this kind of more complex like SQL query for us to be able to get the data. One thing that we also did here was to figure out how to develop our own like risk rating, which we had to do by analyzing the different crime types, segmenting them, applying a certain value, scaling it, and then applying it to what the population density is in that neighborhood. So once we kind of put all that together, we started processing the data. So normally in these like temporal spatial models, usually researchers and scientists will sort of put together two different models and maybe like average them together. Or if they're going to use a neural network, they might use separate layers. What we're trying to do here is a little bit different. We're not totally sure it's going to work yet, but we're trying to like think through this. We think that day of the week is really important for our crime prediction. We also think the month is important, so there's seasonality with crime. And so what we're doing for is using location and those variables with time to be able to come up with a prediction.
Albert, thank you for presenting. Sorry to cut you off there. What's today? Today's Friday. I wonder, well, I mean, that's something that I guess we'll find out as your work continues on. It seems like everybody's in a good mood today on Friday. Ha ha ha, TGI, whatever. Great. So next and last and finally, not least, never ever, is Call and Complain with Jay. Jay, I know you're in here somewhere.
Yep. What's up, guys? Hold on, let me share my screen. All right, so we're on week one. We don't really have, we're just gonna leave the wireframe up. My group consists of Jawad, Lloyd, and Will. and myself. And our app is pretty much a way to vent out issues with a company or a business. So say you're leaving like a store and you had a bad experience, you pull up this app and you pretty much leave a voice message and it transcribes it and then tweets it out and emails it to them. So the front end will be using React and possibly React Native if we finish the React part early enough. Back end, we're using Firebase. I guess the reasoning really is because just to have something extra that we could say we learned pretty quickly on our portfolio, and also the authentication features. APIs would be the Twitter API to get the login, and also so we could tweet out the message to the businesses. Deepgram, it would be the transcribing API that we'll be using, and also most likely the Google Places API to search for businesses and leave the review that way. What else? We want some paid options. We're probably going to have like a premium user functionality just so we can so people can post anonymously. Also, companies can pay to take. It's pretty much, I guess, I don't know. I think more so for like analytics and things like that. Besides that, that's pretty much it. We have the author already.
Oh, with the photo finish.
All right, yeah, we're good.
Thank you, Jay. So to cut you off there, man. All right. Well, man, I mean, week 2, week 1 also, but another week in the books. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for presenting and just having some moxie, having the nerve to get up. And this is just a little nerve-wracking doing this because your projects are ever evolving. So I can't wait to see what happens next week. Thank you for sticking around, and also thanks to Lucas for helping keep track of what's done. Thanks, Jordan, for giving me the heads up for on deck. So great. Have a wonderful weekend.
And I want to real quick, not to steal Ed's thunder, but I want to just say thank you. And I'm really happy to see that you all had a really easy out for tonight and just tell your PM, oh yeah, I'm going to a meetup. And you could have skipped this. And there's 80 people here. So thank you all for coming and sharing this incredible work. I'm not sure if we're in a week 2 or week 3. I'm a little confused because everything is so good.
Yeah, this is almost kind of like, this is like our meetup in a way. For us, they're buried in some of those like Pluto-esque areas of the country. This is kind of like our meet and greet, just without the beer and pizza. So awesome. Thanks so much, and get some rest. Take it easy. Do whatever you do on Saturday, Sunday, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for everything.